Hello, thank you for connecting with me today. I want to give a really big thank you to my subscribers and everyone who supports my channel and helps me on this journey. I love connecting with you. I love interacting with you in the comments. It means so much to me. I love all the support, all the likes, all the subscriptions. I wouldn't be able to do it without you guys. You keep me going, and I mean it from the bottom of my heart. I thank you so much. If you would like to skip ahead, feel free to check the timestamps in the description box below. Keep in mind that these are general readings, so take whatever resonates and leave the rest behind. Don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe. I love you very much, and let's get on to our readings. Okay, Libra, hello, welcome to January 2018. We made it to a new year. Are you ready? What are your angelic messages? We have Crystal, and Crystal says, have faith and hope because there is something positive and new on the horizon that you can't yet see. So we have consolidation, or the Two of Pentacles, paired with the Tower reversed. And when the Tower is reversed, the Tower can have several meanings. And it can equally have several meanings whenever it's reversed, but whenever, the message I'm getting is that there's this juggling act that you're doing, the Two of Pentacles is like, feeling like pulled in many different directions, and like juggling your time, juggling your finances, robbing Peter to pay Paul, feeling like you never have enough time to do what you want, feeling like you're just spread too thin, right? That you're putting too many responsibilities in, too many eggs in too many different baskets, right? You need to like narrow down the basket. So whenever it's paired with the Tower reversed, what I'm seeing right now, although we'll see what the rest of the cards have to say, but what I'm seeing right now is like a I put it as consolidation because it's like consolidating your time, consolidating your money, so you don't have as many things going on at once. So the Tower coming down, something falling, something has to go, and it's like, usually when the Tower is upright, it can be like this sudden change, but whenever it's reversed, sometimes it's kind of like less disastrous, right? It's like something we know is coming, like a change we know is coming. It can be a remodel, it can be a restructuring of a building, this could also be talking about your home. I know I've been wanting a new home. I've been really thinking about home stuff, but in any case, it looks like Crystal is here to say that something new is on the horizon that we just can't see. So changes are going to take place. Does it say? It doesn't actually say the word change in here, but it says something new on the horizon. So change is indicated with the Tower, and that's good. That's good. So Spirit, please surround us with the warm, white, loving light of God. Give us God-given guidance for Libra and all those who love Libra. Please protect us from all who seek to do us harm. Could you clarify consolidation and the Tower? One more shuffle in their spiritual lives. So we have the King of Bells, or the King of Pentacles, the Knave of Hearts, and the Ace of Leaves, or the Ace of Swords reversed. So, okay, so you could be dealing with a Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. Yes, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. We have the King of Bells. Again, this could be speaking of a home, because the King of Bells, this would be like the master of the palace, right? Your master of your domain. So if this is not an earth sign in your life, you know, it could be talking about work, like a change in job, but it could also be talking about a change in home, because the King of Bells, or the King of Pentacles, is the Pentacles suit are about, and the Earth suit is about material world, right? So our home is our material world. It's our physical living structure. As part of our material world, that also includes our jobs. That also includes how we make our money. So some sort of consolidation, some sort of change in our finances, in our work, in our home life, is taking place, and it could be a result of this King of Pentacles, or it could just be a like your energy taking on this King of Pentacles. We also have a Knave of Hearts over here, and the Knave of Hearts, you could also be dealing with a Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces, and this card usually indicates like a message of love is coming. This could be what changes your home situation and puts you in a more you know, stable position. Maybe you're restructuring something with a partner, and perhaps this Earth sign is sending you a message of love. What I am a little concerned about is this Ace of Leaves reversed. So this Ace of Leaves or this Ace of Swords could be one of two things. It could be a when it's upright, it's a truth, it's a victory, it's an idea, it's a thought. When it's reversed, it's like an untruth. It's, you know, something you're not seeing, something you're in denial about. It could be a lie. So this might be a lie coming through. So that concerns me a little bit. But these other cards indicate good things. But just like be aware of that. It could also just be like something you're not admitting to yourself. The Knave of Hearts, you could also be, this could also be a child of yours, so you could have like a partner who is a Virgo, Taurus, Capricorn, and a child who is a Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. But these two characters can, again, be your energy or be something external to you. But there is, you know, when I see the Tower coming down and this Ace of Swords reversed, I feel like truths are coming out. Like changes are happening, truths are coming out. Sometimes when I see the Tower reversed, I think about, oh, my nails are so ugly. I wanted to get a manicure, but maybe next month. Sometimes when I see the Tower reversed, I think of the time that I was staying at my granddad's for like 3 years. It was after college, and I thought like I'll stay at my granddad's and pay off student loans, but I couldn't get a job in that like podunk small town. And so I was taking care of our family home. It was a home, my granddad was staying with his girlfriend at the time, and it was a home that my late grandmother just loved so much, and she put so much work into, and my job was to like get it ready to sell. So my job was kind of like this renovation process, right? But it was such a big home, and I was like so alone and so isolated. I mean, I didn't date anyone for like 3 years. I didn't even have like a crush on anyone. And I was just like this awkward little single lonely person. Oh, sorry. For like 3 years in this house. But I often joke about how that house was like me as like a princess trapped in a tower, right? Like little like what is she called? Is it Rapunzel with long hair? Trapped in the tower, gotta let down your hair, Rapunzel. While I was staying at that house, like there was nothing to do because the town was so boring. I was away from all my friends, and like I said, my love life was just in a serious drought period. So it was the perfect time to like connect with my higher power. I reconnected with God. I let go of a lot of grudges. I untied a lot of karma. I really like got to know myself and got to know like a lot of ugly parts of myself. And I feel like I've kind of had like a reunion of that this year. So other Libras, let me know if you can relate to this. But the Tower reversed, it's kind of like walls coming down, right? So like this tower that you've built up around your heart, it's coming down, like it's like a vulnerability, right? So whenever the Ace of Swords is reversed, it's like you're letting go of these like lies that were basically like a barricade around your heart, right? And they're lies, like I'm feeling it's lies like I'll never have someone who will love me back, or you know, men always leave, or men always cheat, or, you know, anything like that. And we see, like, people falling out, and, you know, it's on fire. But what's interesting to me is, in this particular deck, I see a crown. Whenever it's reversed, the crown is right side up. So it's like, it's a victory that this tower is coming down. It's a victory that you're letting go of these walls, that you're letting go of these like untruths within yourself. It's like these lies that you've been telling yourself to protect your heart, but they no longer serve you, right? So you have to kind of restructure your home. Restructure your home, restructure your heart. And definitely there could be some external players in the mix. But let's get on to money, health, and career. Let's see if we have another home message that would be interesting. But first, I gotta make my money. So, stay tuned. Okay, so in money, health, and career, we have balancing act. Ooh, like this Two of Pentacles, right? Ah, so true, so true. And it's like, you know, Libra's all about balance and making things perfectly equal. And whenever things are out of whack, like whenever things aren't like moderate and harmonious and beautiful, we are just like nut jobs. I'm a nut job right now. I'm like erratic, I'm combative, like my sleep pattern's off, my my schedule's off, but it's okay. There's light at the end of the tunnel. I see like light coming out of these clouds, right? We have a woman, she's very beautiful. She has a flower in her hair and she looks like she's covered in, like draped in a sheet or a cloth or like white cloth. She's in heaven. She's on top of a like Grecian Roman pillar type of thing. She's pulling a string and it's like a trapeze show. So we have like a bubble and a ship is on top of the bubble, and so she has to balance this string perfectly to make the ship stay on the bubble and float along its course. We also have little hearts. Aw, little hearts up and down. Can we see that? They're a little hard to see. Little hearts. Aw. So let's see what it has to say reversed. Reversed balancing act says, this is a time when it's important to address the areas of your life where there is discord. Are you fixating on getting your own way? Are you obsessed with one thing, neglecting essential matters that require your attention? Taking your own inventory is a necessary step towards rebalancing your life, and it's the only way to it's the only way to reach an equitable solution. Adjust yourself to the conditions of your environment that you have no control over, and balance will come much more easily. If there is to be fairness, it must come from you. So, it's definitely a Libra card. What more can I say? It's like, yes, we know, right? You have frequency, so you could be dealing with an Aquarius. You also have the Prince of Cups again. You could be dealing with Cancer, Scorpio, or Pisces, particularly a Cancer in this deck. But let's see what the other messages have to say. In money, health, and career, what can you tell Libra and all those who love Libra in their money, health, and career? Money, health, and career for Libra and all those who love Libra. Can you clarify frequency in the Prince of Cups? Please surround us with the warm, white, loving light of God and give us God-given guidance for the highest good of all for Libra and all those who love Libra. Frequency in the Prince of Cups. Frequency in the Prince of Cups. Money, health, and career. Frequency in the Prince of Cups. One more shuffle. So I chose frequency as the wish card because it's like law of attraction. Like if we radiate on the vibration, then we'll achieve our wishes, right? So it's kind of like, oh, I already see a message. So it's kind of like a, oh, what was I going to say? Oh, a mind over matter type of thing, right? Like, I will will it into my being. And this might be something that is kind of distracting you from what you need to do. But, well, let's continue with the message. So, the Seven of Swords says, the Seven of Swords is a card about strategy. It's a card, it can be a sneaky energy. I don't know. Maybe you're like secretly like wishing and obsessing over something or someone. We have a Sagittarius character right here. We also have an Aries character right here. But the Seven of Swords, yes, it can be sneaky, but my interpretation of the card has always been it's a strategy. So you are plotting different ways to bring more balance into your life, right? You are strategizing different ways to bring it into your life. And I think you are also, like, what I just started doing this week. Well, first of all, I told you guys, I don't know if you watched last month, but I told you guys that I've been Google calendaring all my, like, all the stuff I have in life. And that's really good at, like, just not getting distracted and staying focused on my goals. But what I've been doing this week, which I'm loving, is I've been listening to those subliminal messages on YouTube, right? And I can never listen to them just like on their own, but it's like, you know, raise your frequency, raise your vibration, enhance serotonin, beta, theta levels, right? Binaural beats. And I like always found them boring just listening to them on my own, but I've been like turning down the volume on them and listening to them at like a low volume as I'm listening to like tarot videos or the news at work. So it's been like in the background at these, it's been playing in the background during these other things that I've been listening to at work. And it's really helped my mood, I think, especially with news, you know, because like I can get too like hung up on the news, and I think that's part of this distraction. That's part of this like getting in the way of my frequency or getting in the way of my balancing act is getting distracted by all the bullshit. Right? So I think it's helping me calm down, and I definitely see this like frequency and temperance. Temperance is a card about moderation. It's a card about like a little bit of this, a little bit of that, patience, patience, patience. Don't do anything in excess. Calm the fuck down. She traditionally is a card. It shows a card about an angel who is, she has 1 foot on land and 1 foot in the water. So it's like tempering herself, right? She's tiptoeing into the water. She's dipping her toe into the water. She's not quite jumped in yet. I've also heard it described as a swan who is really graceful on top of the pond, but underneath the water, she's paddling like furiously. But like no one would know that paddling, that like struggle, because she looks so graceful on top. So that could be part of the sneakiness, right? Like secretly behind closed doors, you're like panicking because you're doing so much. You're like spinning your wheels so much. And then on top, it just looks like effortless, right? Effortless to everyone else. I also see the Magician reverse, and this makes me a little sad, but I can kind of understand it because the Magician reversed is a card about like not believing in your own abilities, but you're good enough, you're smart enough, and gosh darn it, you deserve it, or you're worth it, or whatever that Saturday Night Live thing is, right? But really, like, believe in yourself, believe you can do it, and definitely consolidate, like drop some of your responsibilities or delegate them to other people so that you don't have to paddle so much on top of the surface. This Prince of Cups could be someone who helps you balance things out, or, you know, perhaps Sagittarius, perhaps an Aries, but anything you've been neglecting, this is the time to, you know, put your tools, put your, like, wheels to the road. What is it? Rubber to the road, pedal to the metal. I don't know. It's time to get it started, right? Let's move to your love and personal life. So in your love and personal life, 3 cards popped out, and my camera just, like, all of a sudden dropped, like, stopped recording. So I hope you saw that all the cards popped out at once. But in any case, first we have Focus on Love, and it shows a girl who is feeding a dragon. So cute. And the dragon, it reminds me of this dopey pit bull we have in our house. And, well, he's in the yard. He attacked my dog whenever I first moved in, so I have to, like, tie him up every day. But I have to, you know, be sweet to him, or he, and I have to, like, play fetch with him, or he, like, nips at my, butt. And, you know, he just has, like, ferocious instincts, right? So this, but he's, like, a sweet, dopey dog. He just, he can be kind of dangerous. But, this, dragon, you know, he's, like, this sweet, dopey dragon. But he could, like, breathe fire onto you, right? But if you, like, tame the beast, so there might be this inner beast within you that you are trying to tame. You could also be trying to tame someone else's beast. But Focus on Love says, look for the good attributes in each and every person in your life. I don't think that's hard for Libra to do. We're pretty good about that. Also, we have you are limitless. Recognize this truth. You can do anything you choose to do. And we have a unicorn here with a woman. It's like like lots of layers in this illustration. We have swans. What did I say about the swans? Swimming gracefully. I love it when you do that, tarot. A woman, swans, peacock feathers, little fairies up here. And then we have rest and relaxation is essential. We all have a fundamental need to take breaks, and I definitely feel that. I get that. You know, spinning your wheels, being out of balance, feeling like you're robbing Peter to pay Paul, like you don't have time to do anything. Totally get it. Rest, rest, rest. I need to do it. We need to do it. Totally get it. But we see this mermaid here, and it looks like King Triton is shooting his trident at someone. And dolphins are coming to his defense. We have a seashell here too. Rest and relaxation is essential says, we all have a fundamental need to take breaks. Did I already read that part? I don't know. But I said this in another video. I can't remember whose. But when I look at this particular card, it's like letting God take the reins. Like King Triton's up here. Taking care of it for us, right? So we don't have to spin our wheels. We don't have to do anything. So I think some things we can just kind of like give up to God or give up to Spirit and not like overanalyze so much and give it a rest and recuperate, you know. I also want to say on You Are Limitless, I had this like big like intro message I kind of wanted to say, but I'm a little tired. But it was basically, well, I don't even know if I want to get into it, but it was basically like Libras, like I feel like the lesson I've learned this year is that in the past, I have had low self-worth whenever it's like I would like bend over backwards to do everything to make everyone happy, everyone like me, you know, to be likable, and it's like there was no pleasing people, you know, like nothing I did was good enough, and I always made that like I always took it personally. I always like turned it into, what do I need to do about me? What do I need to change? I can do it. I can help. I can be good enough. I'll show you, right? But what I've learned this year is like, Libras are all about the other, and so a lot of what they come at us with, like, it's a reflection of them. I once watched a tarot video. I can't remember who it was from, but she asked, she said she didn't like the scales for Libra. She said, what symbol would you pick for Libra instead of the scales? And at the time I said a dove of peace, but, like, thinking about it now, I feel like it would be a mirror. One, because people think we're superficial. But two, I feel like we are a mirror to, like, others, right? We are about the other. And sometimes that's for the good, sometimes that's for the bad. But, like, one instance is I saw this comment in my astrology group on Facebook where they were talking about Libras, and one person commented saying that they always thought, like, there's nothing behind Libra's lipstick, right? Libras are just lipstick and nothing behind them. And Libras are fake as hell because they, you think they're their friends, and then they just up and leave you and never talk to you again. And I just thought, like, well, if you think your friend is nothing behind their lipstick, then you're the one who's the fake friend, and there's a reason why Libra left your ass, right? And, you know, she also said something like, you know, Libras will write you these long love letters and then cheat on you, but there's nothing behind them. They're just shallow, like, you know, nothingness behind them. There's nothing to them. And, you know, again, I thought, like, this poor soul poured his heart out to you, and you don't think anything is in him? He just showed you everything that's in him. No wonder he cheated on you and went for someone else. And so I've been having, like, these, like, interactions with Libra haters, and just thinking, like, you know what? This is not my fault. This is your fault. I mean, I'm, like, I'll take responsibility for whatever, but I just, like, going into 2018... my thing is, if I get, like, the slightest inkling of, how can I make them like me? How can I do it better? I just want to, like, pull myself back and think, like, they're lucky as hell to have me, and I'm not going to spin my wheels for them anymore because, like, it's their issues and not mine, right? So if you Libras can relate, let me know. But anyway... so you are limitless. I feel like just this self-esteem or lack thereof that we have sometimes, like, it's like a projection of the other person, and I don't know, we just need to realize how worthy we are, how valuable we are, and don't let other people, like, tear us down like that. So anyway, Spirit, in our love and personal life for Libra and all those who love Libra, could you clarify elevation, 5 of Wands, and the Hanged Man? Elevation, 5 of Wands, and the Hanged Man. Please surround us with the warm, loving light of God and give us God-given guidance for the highest good of all for Libra and all those who love Libra and their love and personal life. So, elevation is a judgment card. Judgment card in a love reading is lover returning, lover coming back from the past. But we'll see what the other cards have to say. At this point, well, I won't make any judgment calls. I'll just... one more shuffle. We have the Queen of Leaves, or the Queen of Swords reversed, so that's probably us, the Fool, or the Elf, and the Hierophant. Nice, I like it. Okay, so... oh! The Judgment card. Judgment card is when Archangel Gabriel comes down from the heavens and he says, he blows his horn and he says, listen up, do you want to stay in this hellhole, in this shit show, or do you want to come up to heaven with me and elevate, right? Let's go on to the next level. Let's move away from the bullshit, right? Queen of Leaves, Queen of Swords is all about, like, zipping past the bullshit, cutting out the bullshit. Zing! with their sword, right? Sword of truth. So it's leaving the past behind and elevating to a new place, but it also talks about being resurrected, right? So bringing something back up from the dead. So yes, in a relationship reading, it often means bringing something back from the dead. Bringing restoring a relationship that has broken up. So it's a possibility for some Libras. Let me know. In the past, you guys could have felt like you were competing for this person's attention. The Five of Wands is a card of sport. You'll see these two people are fighting. So you might have felt like, this person had other people on the side and you were just an option to them. And that could have been a reason why you broke up and left. When it's reversed, it means the sport is over. The game is over. You don't have to compete anymore. So, awesome. And, that's another message. And I think, that's been a lesson. It's like this last breakup I've been through, it was a hard thing to do because I'm still in love with this person. But I shouldn't have to compete, right? We are limitless, right? We have options too. And we shouldn't have to compete for attention when we put in all this effort, right? We are jewels, we are gems, we are treasures to be had. We shouldn't have to fight for these, fight with these girls. Never mind. Okay. I won't get into my personal drama. We shouldn't have to fight for these girls that remind you of your ex-wife, right? We shouldn't have to fight with these dim-witted, okay. You know what? We don't even compare. We don't compare. We are better, and, they finally realize that, and so you don't have to compete. And the fact that I'm even getting riled up about this makes me upset, because I shouldn't have to compete. I've had to compete for a long time. I'm sure a lot of Libras have felt that way. And I feel like part of this competition, part of keeping options around, is an insecurity, right? Because if someone is keeping all these options around, it's like if someone leaves, then they have someone else waiting in the wings, right? So they don't have to invest in just one person. They don't have to take a risk on just one person. So really, they get stuck down in the hellhole. They don't ascend to the next level because they're not taking risks. So anyway, the person coming back has left all the options. Perhaps they've realized that, and you are no longer an option. You are the option. We have the Hanged Man reversed, so you could be a little, you could, feel this coming. You could just be a little impatient about it. I relate and understand. And, it could also be a card about, ready to move, ready to act, you're no longer waiting. So it's either you've been waiting too long and you're tired of it and you're ready to move, or you don't have to wait anymore. However you want to interpret that. I also want to say, I want to say it's probably that you don't have to wait anymore, because the Hanged Man is also kind of a card, it's like someone being in the grave, right? Someone being in the grave or dying, and they have to wait a little bit until the afterlife, right? They're in a suspension period until the afterlife. So, so when the Hangman is upright, it's waiting, suspended, and then whenever it's reversed, it's out of that waiting period, out of that suspension, released up into the wild. Okay, so we have the Queen of Swords reversed, and it's so funny that I went on this tangent. I just feel a little feisty and a little just a no fucks kind of attitude today. I almost didn't do the readings, but maybe you guys are having that too. And, excuse my language, but the Queen of Swords, whenever she's this woman who has experienced a lot. You know, she's had a lot of heartbreak and has had a lot of pain and like bad experiences in her past. And as a result, she is very like wise and smart. She can give like really good dating advice, and she's very like sassy and like witty, like, oh honey, let me tell you, he ain't gonna do this, blah, 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 right? When she's reversed, she can kind of be like bitter and lonely and like harsh, as like, because she's just fed up with it all. And yeah, I feel it. I understand. I get it. But the good news is once this waiting period is over, once these options are no longer competing for one another, once we have elevated to the next level, once we have brought something back out from the dead, once we have, you know, let go of all of this, we move into the full energy. And the full is someone who's footloose and fancy free, having fun. He's banging his drum, banging his tambourine. He's got a horn here. Interesting. I've said this a lot, but... And, the Judgment card, you know, Archangel Michael, Archangel Gabriel blows his horn. And we have a horn right here. So, definitely pay attention to music, especially horns. Pay attention to the messages that are in music, the words and the way they make you feel. Like sometimes the words don't match like your feelings. But yes, just pay attention to music, and that's gonna like bring you closer, and I think like elevate your mood too, like bring you out of this like bitchy mood. Yeah, like music is gonna lighten this mood. But you could be dealing with a Pisces is the Fool is Pisces for me. You could also be dealing with a Taurus. Or this Hierophant card could signify traditional relationships, marriage, or even if it's not like out and out, you know, ring on the finger contract, it could just be like doing things the traditional way, moving in. I mean, now the like traditional way is moving in, right? Like our traditions are changing in this day and age, but you know, it's like commitment. So, you know, I definitely see this Five of Wands card being like getting rid of the options, no longer being a sport, because we have this commitment card at the end. And it's going to free you, it's going to make you really happy, and we need it, right? We need it. A Taurus, Virgo, or a Capricorn could be a little sneaker in your life, for good or for bad. You know, and the Seven of... if you're in an LGBT relationship, I just saw this rainbow. I think you might definitely be dealing with Pisces. Oh, what was I gonna say? I forgot. I got distracted by that message. This Magician card and the Hierophant card is like the same person. Like they have the same beard, it looks like, right? We have like a beard here and a beard here. And this is like an inner truth. So I feel like if you want this commitment, if you want this marriage, if you want this steady, stable love and home and family life, then definitely use the power of intention, the power of like law of attraction, and like believe in your damn self to make that happen. Believe that you're worthy, because you are. Well, I love you, Libra. You should love you too. I will see you in February, and I hope by February we have all our wishes come true. I love you very much. Bye.